In a country where power often bends the law, and where age is usually a reason to retreat into silence, one man has chosen to do the opposite. While others retired, he returned to court. While others chased comfort, he chased justice. While others adapted to trends, he stayed rooted in principle. This is the story of Dr. John Khaminwa, a man whose life spans colonial Kenya, post-independence hope, authoritarian repression, constitutional rebirth, and the ongoing struggle for democracy. He is not loud. He is not flashy. He does not chase titles. Yet for more than 5 decades, his name has remained etched in Kenya's legal conscience. This is not just a biography. It is a chronicle of resistance, discipline, sacrifice, and unwavering belief in the law. John Khaminwa was born on June 10, 1936, in Masian's village, Kolomeni, in what is today Kakamega County. Kenya at the time was still under British colonial rule. Africans had limited access to education, land, and political voice. The legal system existed, but not for everyone. To be born African in 1936 Kenya meant limited opportunities, racial segregation, laws designed to protect colonial interests. Yet it was within this environment that the foundations of Khaminwa's worldview were laid. He grew up observing injustice as a system, not an accident. And unknowingly, history was preparing him for a lifetime of legal combat. For many Africans of his generation, education was not guaranteed, it was earned against odds. John Khaminwa distinguished himself early as disciplined, intellectually curious, quietly determined. While many details of his early schooling remain private, it is well established that he pursued law at a time when very few Kenyans did. Different public records and interviews suggest that his legal education involved multiple institutions, including studies abroad, possibly in the United Kingdom, East Africa, and later, advanced legal exposure internationally. Because of variations in reporting over decades, exact institutional timelines differ across sources. What is not disputed is this: John Khaminwa emerged fully trained as a lawyer at a time when Kenya desperately needed legal minds who would stand up to power. Entering the legal profession, 1970s. Dr. Khaminwa was admitted to the bar in the early 1970s, entering legal practice during one of Kenya's most turbulent periods. This was the era of one-party dominance, political detentions without trial, suppression of dissent, weaponization of the law. Many lawyers chose safety. Some chose silence. Others aligned with power. John Khaminwa chose resistance through law. From the beginning, his practice showed a pattern: defending political prisoners, taking up constitutional matters, representing individuals the system wanted forgotten. It was dangerous. It was isolating, but it defined his life's work. Detention, harassment, and the cost of principle. Standing against power in Kenya's authoritarian years came with consequences. Dr. Khaminwa faced state harassment, surveillance, periods of detention, professional pressure. Yet he refused to bend. For him, the law was not merely a profession, it was a moral obligation. This era shaped him into the fearless constitutional lawyer, a defender of civil liberties, a symbol of legal resistance. Many of the freedoms Kenyans enjoy today were built on cases argued by people like him, often at great personal risk. Dr. Khaminwa's law firm and the question of family. Here, public narratives diverge, and it is important to address them honestly. Narrative 1: Marriage and family. Several credible sources state that Dr. John Khaminwa was married to Joyce Khaminwa. They co-founded Khaminwa and Khaminwa Advocates. They had children together. Joyce Khaminwa later passed away. This version portrays him as a family man, a legal partner to his spouse, a man balancing intense public duty with private responsibility. Narrative 2: A life of solitude. Other interviews and profiles suggest he never married. He lived a largely solitary life. He dedicated himself entirely to the law. These accounts emphasize his simplicity, his monastic discipline, his singular devotion to justice, the honest truth. What can be responsibly stated is this: Dr. John Khaminwa is an intensely private man. Over decades, different narratives have emerged, none conclusively disproven, none fully confirmed. Rather than diminishing his legacy, this ambiguity reinforces something essential: his life's center was not publicity, but principle. Dr. Khaminwa's simplicity in a material world. One of the most striking aspects of Dr. Khaminwa's life is his simplicity. He is known for not owning a car, not using a smartphone, dressing plainly, living modestly. In a profession often associated with wealth and status, he chose restraint. This was not poverty. It was discipline. His wealth lay elsewhere: in legal precedent, in constitutional integrity, in moral authority. Dr. Khaminwa as a constitutional warrior. Dr. Khaminwa's name is permanently associated with constitutional litigation. Over the decades, he has challenged unconstitutional actions, defended judicial independence, represented citizens against the state, questioned abuse of executive power. Most notably, in recent years, he played a role in major constitutional cases, including challenges related to constitutional amendments, executive overreach, democratic processes. Even in his late 80s, he continues to appear in court, sharp, prepared, uncompromising. Dr. Khaminwa's age, time, and refusal to retire. In a world obsessed with youth, Dr. Khaminwa defies expectations. At an age when many slow down, he insists, as long as I can think, I will practice law. For him, a retirement is not an obligation. Age is not an excuse. Relevance is earned through substance. He remains one of the oldest practicing advocates in Kenya, possibly in Africa. Recognition without title of Dr. Khaminwa. Despite his immense contribution, one irony persists: he is not a senior counsel. Yet in many ways, he embodies the title more than most. In recognition of his impact, he has received national and international accolades, human rights honors, legal lifetime achievement awards. Most notably, he was named Jurist of the Year by respected legal institutions, recognition earned not through connections, but through courage. Dr. Khaminwa's philosophy of law and life. Dr. Khaminwa believes the law must serve the people. Power must be restrained. Rights must be defended continuously. Justice is never automatic. His life demonstrates that the law is only as strong as those willing to defend it. His legacy. A man who refused to bow. Dr. John Khaminwa's legacy is not a building. It is not wealth. It is not political office. It is legal courage, constitutional clarity, moral consistency. He represents a generation that believed law could shape nations, and even now, he continues to remind Kenya freedom is not inherited, it is defended. Why Dr. Khaminwa's story matters. Dr. John Khaminwa is not just a lawyer. He is a lesson. A lesson in integrity over popularity, discipline over comfort, service over self. His story challenges young lawyers, leaders, and citizens alike. What will you stand for when it costs you something?